Boys and girls, we're going to do long division using the horizontal way instead of the vertical way. Our equation is 732 divided by 5 equals our quotient. So I already have my steps written down. My division, multiply, subtract, bring up. Now we're going to create our division box, and we're going to separate it into 3 place values because your dividend has hundreds, tens, and ones. So we're going to separate it into hundreds, tens, and ones. And then we're going to write the 7 in the hundreds corner, the 3 in the tens corner, and the 2 in the ones corner, and we'll place the 5 in the divisor. The 5 is the divisor, it goes outside. And before I get started, I'm going to create my horizontal T-chart of our divisor. So times 5. And I only need to do up to 9. Okay. 0 times 5 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20, etc. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in because we're good at skip counting by 5s. And I can stop at 9. And now I'm set. I'm ready to go. So let's start, boys and girls. We're going to start and ask ourselves, how many groups of 5 can I make if I have 7? Remember, it has to be a just right number. Whatever I choose cannot be greater than 7 because that's all I have is 7. So the 7 is part of the dividend. You notice it's underneath this line here. So we want to look at the numbers that are underneath our horizontal T-chart line. And here I have 0, that's close to 7. 5 is close to 7. 10 is close to 7. 7 is actually closer to 5 and 10, but I know that I need a just right number, and 10 is not. It's too big. So 5 is the just right fit. And how many groups of 5 can we make out of 7? We can make 1 group. That 1 right there above the line goes above the line. That's called your quotient. Now we can do step 2 is to multiply. 1 times 5, or 1 times 5 here, equals 5. The third step is to subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. Now we're going to bring up the 2 right up here in front of the 3. So now we have 23 tens. We have 23 tens. How many groups of 5 can we make out of 23? Remember, the 23 is part of your dividend underneath. So we're going to look underneath the T-chart to see where 23 fits. It fits between 20 and 25, and 25 is too big. So we're going to choose 20. 20 and 4 are just right fit. So how many groups of 5 can we make? We can make 4 groups of 5. That's your division. Step 2, multiply. What is 4 groups of 5? It's right here. 4 times 5 is 20. Step 3, subtract. 23 minus 20 leaves us with 3. What are we going to do with the 3 tens? We're going to regroup it into 31s. And 31s plus 2 ones is 32. So now we have 32. How many groups of 5 can we make with 32? Again, 32 is in the dividend. It's below the line. Let's find 32. It's not on here. But it would be between 30 and 35. Why is 35 not the right number? It's too big. So we need to go with the just right number, closest, without going over. So how many groups of 5 can we make out of 32? We can make at least 6. So now that was your division. Let's multiply. 6 times 5, 30. Well, now we can subtract, our third step, and we have 2 remainder of 2. So before we do anything, let's check to see if the remainder is less than your divisor. Yes. So we can include our remainder up here. But we're not done yet. We got to check our inverse operation. So my quotient is 146 with the remainder of 2. So let's check our inverse operation, and we're going to multiply 146 times 5, which means we made 146 groups of 5. 6 times 5, or 5 times 6 is 30. Regroup your 3. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3 more is 23. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. But that doesn't match our dividend, 732. So now we have to add back the remainder. And when we do that, boys and girls, we have a checkmate. So we are good. So my product, or I'm sorry, not product, but our quotient is 146 remainder of 2. It looks like a lot of steps, and it is. And you will be thankful when you get to 7th grade and you can use a calculator. But don't use a calculator yet. Do it this way. It's a lot of fun. Thank you.